Okey, tambahan lagi peserta kita. Jadi pada semua peserta saya harap semua telah menjadi ahli pustaka kan. Terima kasih kepada yang telah menjadi ahli dan mana yang belum lagi menjadi ahli, anda semua amat dialu-alukan, amat digalakkan untuk menjadi ahli pustaka kerana dalam portal pustaka menjanjikan pelbagai maklumat dan juga bahan rujukan yang bersesuaian kepada semua lapisan masyarakat tanpa ada sekatan, tanpa ada maksudnya daripada umur yang sekecil-kecil, anak dan sampailah kepada yang dewasa. Okey, semuanya diberikan secara percuma. Namun, beberapa perkara perlu diambil kira untuk menjadi ahli pustaka. Yang pertama, mohon masukkan di dalam portal pustaka maklumat peribadi seperti nama seperti dalam kad pengenalan, nombor kad pengenalan sama seperti kad pengenalan juga, nombor telefon, alamat dan juga alamat email. 5 perkara penting ini amat kita harapkan betul ya sebab untuk nama seperti kad pengenalan tu dan juga nombor kad pengenalan ada link ya, ada link dengan Jabatan Pendaftaran Negara. Mana-mana yang pernah menjadi ahli tapi terlupa password ke ataupun terlupa ID untuk masuk ke dalam pustaka, dia akan reject terus ya, dia akan batalkan permohonan itu dan perlulah merujuk kepada pihak kami. Bolehlah berhubung dengan pihak kami sekiranya ada masalah dengan ID keahlian keahlian masing-masing di dalam pustaka. Dan kepada yang telah menjadi ahli, terima kasih kerana terus bersama kami sehingga hari ini dan sokongan semua amat saya harapkan dan nampaknya dah 92 orang ya, harap nombor ini akan bertambah dari masa ke masa. Okey, apa yang saya nak share pagi ini ialah kepada semua yang masih belum lagi menjadi ahli, kita ada sedikit maklumat yang akan dikongsi melalui video pendaftaran yang akan dikongsi oleh teman saya, Puan Azlina. Silakan Puan Azlina. Tak keluar videonya Puan Azlina. Boleh start. Oh, ada masalah teknikal nampaknya ya. Sebentar ya. Okay, terima kasih Puan Azlina. Hari ini kita dah ada 102 peserta, harap nombor ini akan bertambah atau kekalan. Dan suka saya menunjukkan pada hari ini kepada semua peserta pada hari ini akan disediakan e-sijil yang membuktikan kehadiran anda pada hari ini yang akan disediakan oleh pihak Ebscohost. Dan ada satu perkara lagi yang nak saya maklumkan, kita ada masalah sikit dengan kuis dan hadiah pada hari ini, yang mana pihak Ebscohost mengalami masalah teknikal, jadi kuis tidak dapat dihadirkan pada hari ini dan juga tidak akan diberikan hadiah lah. Minta maaf, tapi mereka berjanji akan menyediakan perkara-perkara ini pada sesi akan datang. Okey, jangan bersedih, tapi kita akan happy-happy saja sepanjang sesi latihan ini. Tanpa melengah masa, saya menjemput Encik Ryan Salas, iaitu wakil daripada pihak Ebscohost di Asia Tenggara, yang akan berkongsi dengan kita sedikit maklumat mengenai user interface ataupun paparan tanda muka Ebscohost yang terbaru dan juga penggunaan Ebscohost kepada semua peserta pada hari ini. Dan kita tahu Ebscohost banyak e-resource dalamnya yang boleh kita jadikan rujukan dan panduan untuk tugasan harian kita juga kepada, dan termasuk juga ahli keluarga kita yang memerlukan bahan sumber rujukan yang berbentuk ataupun electronic resource. Okey, tanpa melengahkan masa, kita jemput Encik Ryan. Hello Mr. Ryan.
Hello, good morning.
Good
Can you hear
morning.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly. Okay, without further ado, I hand over the session. You may proceed the session.
Terima kasih.
Ya, sama-sama.
So, salamat pagi everyone and salam alaikum and welcome to our session. And thank you for taking the time to join us in today's session. Now, allow me to share my screen and could you please let me know if you can see my screen? You can probably type 1 in the chat box so that I know that my screen is visible. So I'm trying to share my presentation and I hope you can see it. If not, please let me know. And again, as mentioned, we'll be covering the new Ebscohost user interface. First of all, my name is Ryan Salas, and I am a training specialist for Southeast Asia here at Ebsco. So brief information about myself. For those who don't know me, I train Ebsco customers across Singapore, Malaysia, the Philippines, and Indonesia. And prior to joining Ebsco in 2022, I was a librarian in an academic library in the Philippines. Apologies, I will turn off my camera to save some bandwidth because my internet connection today is a bit intermittent. Now, these are the objectives for today's session. It is my hope that by the end of this webinar, you'll be able to navigate and search the new Ebscohost user interface, describe the new features on the new Ebscohost user interface. We're also going to describe and apply relevant search options, describe and apply relevant facets and limiters to refine search results, describe and access the tools and features available, access the dashboard, and finally, locate relevant help and support materials. Now, in this session, I'm also going to discuss different search tips and tricks. So this will elevate your searching experience. And we have here the Boolean operators. So Boolean logic defines relationships between search terms. It's comprised of words like and, or, and not, and are used to create a very broad or very narrow search, which will allow you to efficiently retrieve relevant results. So the AND Boolean operator is used between terms to combine and narrow your search. So the AND Boolean operator will look for all records that include both search terms. You can refer to the Venn diagram. So as you can see, the middle part of the AND Boolean operator is shaded. So meaning If we're going to combine our keywords using the and boolean operator, this will retrieve both language and literature. So it will also narrow down our search results. Apart from the or boolean operator, the and boolean operator, you can also use the or boolean operator. So the or boolean operator will do the opposite. So it's going to broaden your search and it will look for results that contain either language or literature. So the system will look for at least one of the keywords indicated, or it could also include both search terms, which will broaden the search results. And lastly, we have the not boolean operator, which is used to omit a term from your search and also remove ambiguity. So you can use the not boolean operator if you want to have a focus search. For example, you have language. So let's say you would only want to search for language and you want to omit literature from appearing within your search results. So you can instruct the system to search for language only and not literature. And on that note, let's now head over to the live demonstration. So I'm going to show you the new Ebscohost user interface. And you may be curious about why the migration was necessary. So the redesign of the Ebscohost experience and interface was a thoughtful process, taking into account various factors, including the constantly changing expectations of our users when it comes to accessing, searching, selecting, and utilizing library resources. So, with this in mind, we are introducing several new features to improve the user experience, including a new feature called the dashboard. And we've also integrated new ways to share and like resources. Now, without further ado, let's now head over to the live demonstration. And here's the main landing page of the new EBSCOhost user interface. And as you can see, the interface is a lot cleaner now. It's also more straightforward compared to the previous user interface, and it's also very intuitive. And since this is a learning by doing session, meaning we're going to integrate hands on activities, I have prepared my search example. So we'll start with the basic search. So this will be helpful if you want, or useful if you want to run like quick searches. So if you're interested in the topic of global warming, so just enter your keywords in the search box and then click on the magnifying glass icon. And here's our search strategy. We'll search for global warming, and then we're going to limit the results to articles from the past 5 years, peer-reviewed journals, and articles from academic journals. Or you can also search for magazines. You don't have to follow me. You can tweak what I'll do. So you can choose a different filter. Then you can also use different keywords. But for those who are new in navigating the new EBSCOhost platform, you can follow the search strategy that I'll be doing. So we'll start with the basic search. By default, we're landing on the advanced search. I'm going to tackle this later. So we'll click on the basic search button. So you can click on the basic search button. You can find it above the all fields drop down. So when you click on the basic search, it's going to show us just one field, hence called the basic search. So on the left-hand side, you'll find your dashboard. So this is the reimagined version of your My EBSCO folder. So this is where you can store the items. This is where you can create projects as well. You can also track your recent searches. You can see all the ebooks that you've checked out. And this is also where you can manage the alerts, including the search and journal alerts that you've created. So in the center, you'll see your search box. But before we run our search, I wanted to mention this My EBSCO feature. So this is what we call your personal account. And to ensure that everything you save to your dashboard is stored permanently, we encourage you to sign in to your personal account. So upon logging in, you can click on the My EBSCO button, and then you'll see two options. For those who haven't created their accounts, you can create an account for free. So just click on the first tab. Or for those who have existing My EBSCO accounts, you can sign into your My EBSCO by entering your username and then your password. I'll show you how you can create your free My EBSCO account. So first, let's click on create an account, and it's going to show us this form that sits behind it. So you just have to enter the required information, such as your first name, last name is optional, your email address, and you must also create a password. Please note that there are guidelines here that you must follow when you nominate a password. And once you're done, just click on the consent box and then click on create account. So it's very easy. And these are the account benefits. First, it's going to sync with the mobile app, meaning if you're going to save an item to your dashboard, your desktop, I'm talking about your desktop. So when you sign in to your My EBSCO account on your mobile app, all the items that you save in your dashboard will also sync with your mobile app. So you can access all the items that you stored in your dashboard. Next, it will also allow you to download ebooks. So if you're trying to download DRM protected ebooks, it will prompt you to log in to your My EBSCO account. Next, you can also create projects by signing in to your My EBSCO account. And finally, you can save your research permanently. So you don't have to worry about losing any documents, because when you sign into your personal account, your items will be stored in your dashboard permanently until you delete them. In case you don't want to fill out this form, you can continue with Google. So you can use your existing Google account so that you don't have to fill out the form. Okay, so I'll click on continue with Google. I'll show you how you can log in using your Google account. Uh, I'm sorry, may I please request everyone to please mute your microphone just to ensure smooth session, but please feel free to unmute your microphone if you have any questions. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to click on one of my Google accounts. I'm going to use my second Google account to sign in. Now, once you have signed in, you can click on your My EBSCO button again. If your name is visible, so it means if your name is appended here, it means that you have successfully logged in to your My EBSCO account. So click on the basic search, and then we'll proceed with the searching. And before I enter my keywords, if you want to view the database or databases you're using, you can select the All Databases button. So this will show you a list of your EBSCO subscribed databases. And I can select your Business Source Premier database. Then I can also select your ebook, or you can also select everything. Now, the downside of selecting all the databases is it may result in slow response time. So please bear in mind that there is a downside when you select all the databases. Okay, so I'll enter my keywords. So enter global warming. And if you can notice, once you enter your keywords, the system will recommend terms. And this is a useful feature, especially if you want to explore other topics. So the autocomplete feature, so if you click on one of the popular searches, so it will bring you to the search results. So it's going to take you directly to the results. And here are the results. It yielded a total of 463,000 plus results. By default, the results are sorted according to relevance, but if you want to configure the sorting option, you can click on the drop-down menu and then choose from the available options. So if you want to retrieve the most recent resources, so you can click on date newest. Then you can also configure the number of items you see per page. So you can click on the drop-down menu. You have 10, 20, 30, and 50. Going back to the search results, as you may notice, the results are massive. So it could take us forever to review and determine whether this item is relevant to what we need. Now, to help us manage the search results, we're going to utilize the filters which are located beneath your search bar. So you have your full text limiter, peer reviewed, all time, and then you have source types. As you may notice, the results are so we have different source types. So it's not limited to academic journals only. You can also select magazines. You can tick this box and click on apply. And of course, this will decrease the results. If you want to access the other filters or the entire list of filters, you can click on the all filters button. So this button, and it's going to show you the filter panel on the right hand side of your screens. And since we've selected magazines or the source type limiter, it will be listed in your active filters. So if I click on any filters, so I've selected full text, it will be listed in my active filters. So this is actually a good feature because prior to applying these filters, I can go to the active filters. I can check whether this is the filter that I'd like to use. So if I want to remove the filter or any filters, I can click on the X icon. Now let's scroll down. You also have here the publication date. So if you're looking for resources published within a specific period, so you can click on the publication date filter. So you can expand each filter by clicking on the arrow pointing to the right. That's going to expand that filter. So you have the different publication dates like past 5 years, past 10 years, or you can even customize the range. Then you have your databases. As shown earlier, you have 15 databases. So let's say, for example, you only want to search within Business Source Premier. So you can tick this box. I'm going to actually select Academic Search Premier. And again, it will be listed in your active filters. There's also a search box within each filter. So you don't have to go through like the full list. So if you go to subject, for example, so you have 93 plus the source terms. So if you don't want to open the entire subject terms, so you can use the search box and you can also change the sorting option. So let's scroll down. We have the source type. I've selected magazines. Let's scroll down. You also have different subjects. You have your Lexile range, which measures the reading ability of a learner. Then you also have the publication. You have Time Magazine, you have New Scientist, and so on. Then you also have different publishers, companies, you have language, geography, and then you have the industry limiter. Let's scroll back up and you have the active filters. One thing that you'll notice is this padlock icon. So we call this sticky filters. So the sticky filter will make your filter stick, hence called sticky filters. So if you click on the padlock icon, it will show you two options. So you can keep your filters between searches. What it does is it's going to make these three filters, the filters that we've selected, sticky. So if we're going to modify our keyword, so if I'm going to add another keywords, the system will remember these three filters. So it's going to make these filters persistent. On the other hand, if you want to remove them when modifying your search, you can select remove filters between searches. So whenever you modify your search, the system will reset all the filters that you've selected.
Mr. Ryan, sorry to
Yes, yeah.
interrupt.
The,
There's a
uh,
question from Mr. Yaqub Idris.
okay.
The question is, any specific minimum internet browser requirement for this Ebscohost?
No. So this will work for all browsers. Yeah, including Edge, Chrome, and then Safari, and including Firefox.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
sure, no worries. Thanks for the question. If you have any questions, again, you can use the chat box. I'm happy to answer your questions during the session. Please don't feel like you have to wait until the end of the session. You can interrupt me anytime. Thank you. So let's go back. So I'm going to select full text, and then we can also select past 12 months or past 5 years. But if we're going to follow the search example, so I'm going to select past 5 years and then click on apply. And of course, this should again further narrow down my search results. And we're down to 3,091 results. So if you scroll down, you can see the bookmark icon. So if you click on the bookmark icon, this item will be saved to your dashboard. And since we've already logged in to our My EBSCO account, this item will be saved permanently to your dashboard until you deselect the bookmark icon. I'm going to show you later how you can manage the items that you've saved. If you click on the three dots, so this will show you the tools and features. You can grab the citation of this item. So you can click on cite, and then you have 9 different citation styles. So this will be useful if you want to cite your sources or if you also want to preserve the integrity of your research. Apart from copying the citation, so you can copy this to clipboard to grab the citation. You can also export the citation. So you can export this to EasyBib. You have your RAS format. You can export this in ProCite, Zotero, RefWorks, and so on. Apart from grabbing the citation, you can also add this to your project. I've created some projects, so you can scroll down. So these are all the projects that I've created. I can create a new one by clicking on the new project button. So just enter the name of your project, enter a due date. So this is optional, as well as the description. And once you're done, just click on create. Now the project feature, the advantage of this is it will allow you to manage and organize the items in your dashboard. So you can think of this like the playlist you create on Spotify or like a photo album within your gallery. So you can segment the items in your dashboard using this feature. So I can add this to my, okay, I'll add this to my review of related literature and then I'll click on add now. So that's how you add items to your projects. So here's the confirmation message indicating that you have added this item to your project. Then you can also share this. So you can Upload this to your Google Drive or OneDrive, or you can also create a link. So this will generate a permanent link, or you can also email this to yourself or to someone else. So if you want to email this to someone, just enter their email address in this field and then click on send. So apart from sharing this, you can also download the full text if it's available. So you have the HTML here, or you can also download the metadata. So if you want to export like the bibliographic information, you can export this in PDF, in MS Word, in CSV, and so on. So let's try to export this in PDF. So click on download, and we have here the file. So if I open this, so this is the bibliographic information. So you can see the abstract, and then you can also see the subjects. And it also comes with a persistent link. So you can click on this link, and it's going to allow you to access the full text version of this article. If you click on the title, it will bring you to the additional information page. So if you need more information, let's say you want to determine whether this article is related to what you need or relevant to what you need, you can scroll down, you can review the abstract, and then you also have here other important details like the NAICS, and then you also have the different subject terms. If you click on the publication contents, so you have here other articles that you can explore as well. Then let's click on online full text. And this is how you read the full text version within the platform. So you can review the table of content. You also have here, so if you scroll down, so you have the full text. So you can also grab the citation as shown earlier. Then you can also add this to your project. You can share this, download, or print. And if you're going to access a full text in HTML version, this will allow you to translate any articles into a different language. So if you click on the globe icon, you can click on the drop down menu. Here are the different languages. So let's try to translate this in Melayu. And here's the translated version. And it's translated by Microsoft. If you want to print this in its translated version, so what you can do is click on the printer icon, and you can save this as PDF. So this is the translated version. If you're connected to a local printer, you can select your printer's name and then print this. Please bear in mind that the translate feature will only work for articles in HTML version. So if this is in PDF, you won't see the translate option. Then you can also listen to the content of this article. But if you click on the headset icon, as you can see, the text to speech is unavailable. The reason is I haven't translated this article back to English. So the text to speech will only work for articles written in English. So let's translate this back to its original language. And then let's click on the headset icon again and click on play. I'm not sure if you can hear the reader, but that's how you enable the text to speech. You can adjust the volume, so you can unmute or mute this. You can also adjust the playback speed. You can download this in the MP3 if you want to as well. And you can also change the word color and then the sentence color. And that's how we can run a basic search. If you have any questions for me, please let me know. So you can use the chat box. Otherwise, I'll continue with the next topic, which is conducting an advanced search. So I'm just checking the chat box. I think no questions so far. So I'll continue. The next thing that I'm going to discuss is how to run a basic search. So if you want to run, advanced search rather. So if you want to run an advanced search, you can click on the advanced search button. So by default, your Ebscohost platform takes you to the advanced search page. So you don't have to click on the advanced search. Now, what's the advantage of conducting or utilizing the advanced search? So advanced search feature will allow you to search for something that is a bit more focused in advance. So you can combine search terms using the advanced search feature. You may also use this feature if you come across a question, particularly a research question. So for example, we have our question here: how can organization increase motivation in employees? Now, the strategy that we're going to apply here is we're going to extract the keywords first. So we're going to determine the keywords based on this question. So the keywords that I'm going to use are organization, increase motivation, and employees. And I'm going to combine these keywords using the AND Boolean operator because I want to retrieve less results. So I'm going to use the AND Boolean operator. I'll head over to the browser again, and then I'll click on the new search. So by clicking on the new search button, if you can see this, under the research tools, it's going to take you back to the landing page, and it will also reset all the filters or limiters that you've applied in your previous search. And here's the advanced search feature. So by using the advanced search feature, you can use different field codes. So the purpose of using a field code, so if you want to utilize the field codes, just to provide context. So essentially, the field codes will allow you to search within a specific section of a record. For example, you're looking for the author. So if you're familiar with the author, you can click on the all fields drop down and then select the author. By doing this, you're instructing the system to search within the author field only. So you're instructing the system to ignore the title, the subject, the abstract, and so on. So the main focus should be the author. So that's the purpose of using field codes. If you leave this to all fields, the system will search within the title, the subject, the abstract, and so on. So it's going to be ambiguous. So it's going to search within different fields. Now, apart from utilizing field codes, you can also combine your keywords using the Boolean operators. I discussed this earlier. So just a quick recap. The AND Boolean operator will narrow down your results. The OR Boolean operator will broaden your search results, while the NOT Boolean operator will omit terms. So if you can recall our keywords, so I'll jump back to my slide. So here are the keywords. We'll search organization, increase motivation, and employees. Now notice that I've enclosed my second concept within double quotation marks. So this is what we call exact phrase. So if you want to instruct the system to treat your keywords as a phrase rather than individual keywords, So you can enclose your keywords within double quotation marks. So it's going to treat this as one word or as a phrase rather than two separate words. Okay, so I'll enter my keywords. We'll start with organization. Again, we have the autocomplete feature. So I'm going to select one of the recommendations. Then I'm also going to enter increase motivation. And my last keyword is employee. So once you're happy with the keywords, sorry, once you're done entering your keywords and once you're happy with your search strategy, you can now click on search. So if you click on search, again, of course, it will run a search and it will bring you to the search results. And one thing that you'll notice is you have fewer search results compared to what we had earlier, which is roughly around 400,000 plus results. So that's the advantage of using the advanced search. It will help you come up with less search results or lesser search results. The other thing that I'm going to show you is how to set up search alerts. So if you've come up with great search results and you wanted to stay updated on the changes on the results, what you can do is to set up a search alert to save time as you won't have to constantly check the platform for new information. So by setting up an alert, you receive notifications from EBSCO whenever there is a change in the search result. Please bear in mind that you must first sign into your My EBSCO account before you can create the search alert. Otherwise, the system will prompt you to log into your My EBSCO account. To create the search alert, you can click on the three dots. You have your search actions. So you can save the search. There are actually two options here. You can save the search to your dashboard, or you can also create an alert. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to click on create alert. It brings us to this form. You can change the alert name. So if you don't want to use your search strategy, you want to call this a different alert name, you can change the label. Then you can also add a brief description. You can change the frequency. You have daily, weekly, and monthly. And you can also configure your alert notifications. And here is the email address. If you want to create an alert on behalf of someone, you can enter their email address in this field. And you can also see the databases that you've enabled for this search alert. So these are all the databases that we've selected. And again, once you're done, just click on create alert and there you go. That's how you can easily create a search alert. I'm going to show you later how you can manage or delete your alerts. So we'll go back to the dashboard momentarily. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to discuss is quite interesting. So this is actually one of the newest features, and we call this natural language search. So this feature lets you use your everyday conversational language instead of using complex keywords or combining your keywords using Boolean operators. So it uses natural language processing. And this is used to, we use this to understand the intent and the contextual clues within your queries. So this will help us find accurate and relevant information more easily. Essentially, natural language search is like how you would search on Google. So you can just enter your question in the search box. So instead of breaking down your question into keywords and then combining your keywords using Boolean operators, so you can enter your keywords in the search box. So this is helpful for researchers who want quick, precise results without needing to know or understand advanced search techniques. The question is, how do you use natural language search? So it's very easy. So I'll jump back to the browser again and I'll show you how to enable natural language search. First, let's click on the new search button and then we can go to search options. So if you scroll down, this is the advanced search. You can also toggle this radio button to on to enable natural language search for basic search. And since by default, you're landing on the advanced search. So if you want to enable natural language search, you can go to search options, the second tab, and then click on natural language search. Once you've enabled this, you can now enter your question in the search box. So my question is, I'm just curious, does artificial intelligence encourage cheating in education? And as you can see, there is a difference. So when we conducted the search earlier, the advanced search, we utilize the different field codes, or sorry, the different fields, and then we combined our keywords using the Boolean operators. But when using the natural language search, I don't have to extract my keywords and then combine them using the Boolean operators. The system will do that for me. If I click on the search button, it will bring me to the search results and you have 2,623 results. If you want to understand how the system interpreted your query, you can click on show refined query. So this button, this will give you the transparency that you need. So here's how our system interpreted my question. So it combined artificial intelligence with cheating. So the system combined these keywords using the and Boolean operator. We have here my second keywords. The system also expanded my query. So it added another keyword and used the or Boolean operator. So we have cheating. And as we all know, cheating is synonymous with academic dishonesty. So the system added that extra keyword. And then it combined these keywords with the end Boolean operator again. And here are my last keywords. So I searched for education only, but the system added or and then added students. And here are the results. So you have academic cheating, you have artificial intelligence, and you have education as well, and so on. As you can see, it's very straightforward. And again, this will be beneficial for for novice users. And this will also, so you don't have to know advanced search techniques. So just remember to turn on the natural language search option. Otherwise, it won't work. So any questions about the things that I have discussed? So I'm going to just pause for a couple of seconds to entertain questions. If you have any questions, you can unmute your microphone or you can also enter them in the chat box. Okay.
No question, Mr. Ryan.
Sure. Yeah.
No question from
Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks for letting me know. Okay. So the other thing that I'm going to talk about is the publication. So this is a title lookup tool. This will be useful if you're looking for magazines, newspapers, and so on. So if you want to like do leisurely reading, you can go to your publications and search for magazines or newspapers. If you want to search for a publication, so we're going to click on the new search first. to this button, and then there are two ways. So you can go to your publications tab, this tab, and enter your keywords. Or you can also click on, so if you go to new search, you can click on publications authority, and it takes you directly to the publication. So you don't have to go to the advanced search to access the publications. To use this, you can enter your keywords in the search bar, bearing in mind if you're using multiple or if you're searching using multiple databases, you can click on the drop down menu and then you have different databases. So I'm going to click on Academic Search Premier because I'm looking for a Time magazine. So I want to have like a quick break from work. So I want to read a magazine. So we can go to letter T, or you can also search for the title of the publication or any publications. So I'm going to enter Time Magazine and then click on the magnifying glass icon. So here's Time Magazine. At a glance, you can see whether your institution has full text access to this publication. So if you see the check icon, it means that your institution has full text access to Time Magazine. So let's click on the title. If we scroll down, so you can see the ISSN, you have the publisher information, then you can also see bibliographic record. And here are the different issues and articles. So we have 2025, which is the most recent issue. You can go to volume 205. If you click on this, it brings you, so let's click on that again. It brings you to the search result. But in case you're looking for a specific keyword, what you can do is scroll down. There's a search box within the bibliographic information. Okay, so we can enter our keywords. So I'll enter Malaysia, for example, and then run a quick search. So here are the results. We have 724 results related to Malaysia. And if you scroll down, as you may notice, all the results are coming from Time Magazine only because we're searching within Time Magazine. So if you click on this, you can click on the access options. You can access this in PDF, or it's also available in HTML full text. And here is the periodical. So we have Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim is on a mission to boost Malaysia's democracy. Then you have, of course, like the information here. Then you can also see the table of content. All right, so the next thing that I'm going to show you is how to create a publication alert. So just like creating a search alert, if there's a new issue for this specific publication, EBSCO will send you a notification via email. So if you want to create a publication or a journal alert, just click on the three dots and then click on create alert. Then enter your alert name. You can change the label. By default, that's going to use the title of the journal. You can add a brief description. Then you can also adjust the alert notification. If you want to create an alert on behalf of your friend or a colleague, you can enter their email address here, then click on create alert. And that's how you can create a journal alert. Now, the last thing that I'm going to discuss before we wrap up is your dashboard. So as mentioned earlier, this is where you can store your items. This is also where you can create your projects. So let's start with the projects. So I'm going to click on this and it's going to show me all the projects. I have 22 in total. So if you want to export the metadata for all the items you stored in your projects, you can click on your project, so the title, and it's going to show you all the records or these are the items that you stored in this project. So we have one item. We can tick the checkbox at the top. There are two options. You can export the citation or you can also download the metadata. So we can download this in PDF. So if we open this, you have here the bibliographic information. So that's your project. If you want to create or delete a project rather, you can click on the three dots and then click on the delete button. Next, we have the save tab. So this is where you can access all the items that you've bookmarked. So if you bookmark an item, as you can see, the bookmark icon is shaded. It will be saved permanently in your saved tab. If you want to remove any saved items, just click on the bookmark icon to deselect. This is how you can delete or unsaved items. Next, you have your recent activity. So your recent activity, as the label suggests, this will show you your search history. So if you want to track your searches, so these are the searches that we've conducted within the session, bearing in mind that your search history will automatically be deleted when your session time out, or let's say you close this page. If you think that this search history is relevant to your research or to your needs, you can save them by clicking on the bookmark icon. What will happen here is the system will migrate your search history from your recent activity to your save tab. So when you sign in to your My EBSCO, let's say tomorrow, you can still access the searches that you conducted in the previous session or in the let's say last Sunday or yesterday. Then you have your viewed records. So these are all the records that you've opened. So if you open the bibliographic record, the system will also save them in your viewed records. So the holds and checkouts will just show you all the ebook titles that you've checked out. While the alerts, so if you click on the alerts, so you can, this is where you can manage your journal and search alerts. So if you want to edit your alert, so you can go to your alerts, click on the three dots, then click on edit alert. So you can change the email address of the recipient. Then you can also choose to extend or renew this alert. And you can also add a description. Just don't forget to save the changes if you've made any changes. So apart from editing your alert, you can also delete it. So you can click on the delete button and that will stop EBSCO from sending you notifications. And that's the dashboard. And before we wrap up, I wanted to quickly show you our help and support website. This is called EBSCO Connect. So if you want to learn more about the things that I discussed today, you can click on this hyperlink and this will bring you to our EBSCO Connect site. So this is our help website. You can go here if you want to access help articles related to your EBSCO subscription. or your EBSCO databases. So let's enter dashboard. So if you want to learn more about the dashboard, you can enter your keywords. And here are the results. So we have an article here on how to use the dashboard in the new EBSCO interfaces. So you can open this. So here's a step-by-step guide on how to access your dashboard. So in, it includes things like your projects, your saved items, your recent activity, which we discussed earlier, and so on. You can also go to EBSCO Connect to watch a recording. So if you want to watch, let's say you want a refresher on how to navigate the new Ebscohost user interface, you can go to Learning tab. We call this EBSCO Academy. There are three tiles here. So we're going to focus on the watch a video and find instructor-led courses. So let's start with the watch a video. So if you click on the watch a video buttons, it brings you to our catalog. So these are all the recordings that we've uploaded on EBSCO Connect. And if you want to watch a recording on Ebscohost, so you can enter your keywords in the search box and the system will filter the results. There are also filters here, so you can limit this to English language. You have the media topic category, your primary audience, and then the type. So here's an overview of the new EBSCOhost UI. You can also share this if you want to. And that's how you can watch a recording. So let's go back to Learning tab. You have your Find Instructor-led courses. So if you want to register for a public webinar, you can go to Find Instructor-led courses. Just make sure that you access Oceania and Southeast Asia. And here are the classes that we're facilitating this month and in the upcoming month. If you can't attend the session live, it's fine. You can register and then we usually record the session and we send the recording afterward. And that finally takes me to the end of my presentation. I am now opening the virtual floor for questions. So if you have any questions or clarification, or if there's anything that you want to know that I haven't covered yet, please let me know. And you can enter your questions in the chat box, or you can also unmute your microphone. So if there's any clarification, please feel free to unmute your microphone. I'm happy to assist you.
Ada sesiapa ada soalan, sila onkan speaker masing-masing ataupun boleh sediakan soalan di chat box. Mr. Ryan, can we proceed with our own question for quiz?
Oh, yeah, sure.
If
Okay,
you have any, you can add in
okay. Yeah.
your question. We have 10 questions. If you want to add some, we can cut our question for you.
Okay,
All right. Thank you.
thank you.
Okey, rakan-rakan sekalian, kita ada link yang telah diberikan untuk kehadiran dan juga penilaian kursus. Okay, kursus ni kan kiranya telah mengisi maklumat di dalam borang disediakan. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan akan mendapat isi-jail yang akan disediakan oleh pihak Ebscohost. Jangan lepaskan peluang ni untuk mendapatkan isi-jail, banyak kegunaannya ya untuk hujung-hujung tahun nanti. Harap semua dah mengisi link yang telah kami sediakan. Okey, untuk soalan pertama, walaupun pihak Ebscohost ada masalah sedikit dalam memberikan hadiah pada kali ini, jangan risau, pihak kami akan menyediakan soalan kuis dan juga sedikit cenderahati bagi peserta yang dapat menjawab soalan-soalan yang kami berikan. Tapi hadiah kami cenderahati ya, adalah sikit-sikit harap dapat memberikan jawapan yang tepat untuk soalan yang disediakan. Soalan yang sangat-sangat mudah, untuk suka-suka saja. Jadi saya akan berikan satu soalan dulu. Sekejap ya. Untuk soalan-soalan ni, kepada pemenang yang telah dipilih, mohon untuk meninggalkan nombor telefon yang tertera, sila letakkan nombor telefon di dalam chat box yang disediakan. Mohon kerjasama semua yang telah berjaya tinggalkan nombor telefon untuk kami hubungi selepas ini untuk urusan penghantaran hadiah yang telah dimenangi. Okey, soalan pertama mudah sangat dan saya rasa semua tahu kot. Okey, ini adalah soalan pertama berkaitan Pustaka. Okey, boleh mulakan sekarang. Apakah alamat URL untuk akses ke Pustaka dalam bahasa Melayu? Ada jawapan? Dalam bahasa Melayu. Cik Syarul Azman tu dah betul. Cik Reza tu setakat, bukan. Jawapan dia, boleh buka untuk dalam bahasa Melayu. Yang atas tadi betul. Bukan Pondor Kamisah. Dalam bahasa Melayu. Ada yang betul tu tapi ujung tu. Kena tepat. Dia memang portal Pustaka. Cuba pergi ke portal Pustaka. Portal Pustaka dalam bahasa Melayu. Okey, dah ada jawapan. Alright. Dah nampak dah jawapan dia. Mari kita lihat siapa yang berjaya. Puan Nurul Huda binti Harun, ILKKM Sungai Buloh. Jawapan dia https dash www.u-pustaka.gov.my. Puan Nurul Huda, sila tinggalkan nombor telefon. Boleh kami hubungi selepas ini untuk soalan yang pertama. Minta maaf yang lagi dua orang, Jasnita Z dan Muhammad Ramizal. Ada soalan lagi lepas ni? Puan Nurul Huda. Ataupun boleh email kepada saya, rosmaini@pnm.gov.my kalau tak nak bagi nombor telefon ya. Okey, untuk soalan kedua. Ini pun salah satu soalan penting juga. Soalan nombor 2 ni pun penting sangat untuk menjadi ahli pustaka. Kalau tak lepas perkara ni memang tak diterima menjadi ahli ya. Okey, soalan nombor 2. Berikan maklumat penting untuk menjadi ahli pustaka. A, kata laluan, nombor penuh, nombor telefon. B, nombor penuh kad pengenalan, nombor telefon dan alamat email. B, dah dapat dah jawapan. Okey, dah dapat. Puan Maslina Hasni. Puan Maslina Hasni, saya berikan maklumat diri sebagai pemenang kedua. Pemenang kedua bagi soalan berkaitan keahliannya pustaka. Puan Siti Syafara, mohon undur diri. Puan Siti Syafara. Sorry, tak adalah. Lawak je. Tak maaf ya, dah dijawab oleh Puan Maslina Hasni. Okay. Puan Maslina Hasni boleh email kepada saya. Okay. Soalan ketiga. Senang sangat soalan ni. Soalan ketiga pula. Ya, jawapannya ya. Dan Cik Syahrul Azman Muhammad. Tahniah. Anda menjawab soalan ketiga sebenarnya ni, bukan soalan keempat ya, soalan ketiga. Soalan ketiga, Cik Syahrul Azman Muhammad, tahniah. Maaf ya yang telah menjawab. Ada yang tak percaya, ada yang sedih. Minta maaf lah. Walaupun kesedihan itu berlarutan, tapi saya tak dapat nak tanya kerana telah dijawab oleh Cik Syahrul Azman Muhammad. Soalan seterusnya. Ada satu, saya akan type ya. Soalan 4. Soalan 4. Saya baru je nak jawab. Macam mana nak dapat sijil? Sijil akan disediakan sekiranya Puan menjawab soalan. Okey? Menjawab soalan, memenuhkan borang pendaftaran, mengisi borang pendaftaran. Ada borang pendaftaran yang saya dah tag tadi. Sekejap ya. Isi borang kehadiran dan pelayan ni baru boleh dapat e-sijil. E-sijil akan diberikan kemudian oleh pihak Ebsco ya. Kami tak sediakan sijil, pihak Ebsco akan sediakan e-sijil atau e-certificate. Harap sabar menunggulah. Okey, soalan seterusnya, soalan keempat. Saya dah bagi link ya Puan Raudah Sumaya. Soalan keempat ya. Ya Cik Yaakob, saya faham. Okey, soalan keempat, ni dia. Siapakah nama penceramah pada hari ini? Nama penuh Ya. Dah ada dah. Puan Encik Reza Abdul Muni. Ya, Mr. Ryan Salas. Kita punya, kita telah menjemput Encik Ryan Salas sebagai penceramah pada hari ini. Wakil daripada pihak Ebscohost. Ya, sila berikan maklumat peribadi ya, berkenaan dengan diri kepada email saya rusmaini@pnm.gov.my untuk mendapatkan hadiah. Jangan risau, kami akan uruskan hadiah itu secepat mungkin lah. Okey, ini nombor 4 kan? Okey. Yang soalan nombor 5. Okey, soalan 5. Apakah subjek atau tajuk perkara yang dibincangkan pada awal latihan tadi bersama Mr. Ryan sewaktu membuat pencarian? Dia ada satu subjek pertama sekali tadi. Dia akan cerita pasal Boolean search lah apa, tapi apakah contoh subjek atau tajuk perkara yang telah dibincangkan pada awal-awal latihan? And or not, bukan. Itu kan tajuk perkara, Tuan. Bukan. Tajuk perkara yang jadi contoh pencarian tadi. Dia berkaitan dengan alam sekitar. Yes, sikit lagi. Kan? Awal-awal tadi. Selepas dia menceritakan mengenai Boolean search dah. Cik Yaakob dah hampir dah tu. Ya, Cik Yaakob. Cik Yaakob pemenang soalan ke-5. Berkaitan dengan global warming. Tahniah Cik Yaakob. Ya, Cik Reza, betul tu. Tahniah Cik Yaakob. Ya, sangat peka. Saya tak sangka. Saya ingatkan tak ada orang yang ambil perhatian perhatian fokus kepada pengajaran yang telah diberikan oleh Cik Ryan tadi. Sila berikan maklumat serta nombor telefon juga ya kepada saya di rosmaini@pnm.gov.my. Mr. Ryan, do you have any question to add on some in this quiz?
Yeah, I think it's all good. I'm sorry, I didn't understand the majority of the question, but I think it's all good on my end. Yeah.
Yeah, do you have any? Do you want to add some?
Yeah, I can probably add. So
From your
one
side.
question.
Yeah. You can add 4 more questions.
I'm sorry, I'm not prepared. Sorry. Let me
Okay,
just.
it's
Okay,
okay.
I can do impromptu for 2 questions, I guess.
Okay, thank you.
One is which Boolean operator narrows your search. So the choices are first the and Boolean operator, B or Boolean operator, and then the third one not Boolean operator.
Apa dia jawapan kepada soalan Mr. Ryan tadi?
Okay. Do I have to mention the correct answer or
Yes, you have to mention
okay?
the answer. But we have to wait
Okay.
the answer from the participants.
Okay.
Can you repeat the question again?
Okay. The question is what Boolean operator narrows down your search?
What Boolean operator narrows down your search?
Yeah. The choices are A and Boolean operator, B or Boolean operator, and C not Boolean operator.
Mr. Yaakob says N. Is it correct?
Do I have to reveal it now? Can I reveal it now? Or do I have to wait for a couple of seconds more?
Yeah. You can see at the chat box that Mr. Reza answer N, Mr. Yaakob, Mr. Zahir A. Can we accept that?
Yes. So the correct answer is A and Boolean operator.
Mr. Yaakob, boleh bagi tak laluan kepada orang lain untuk menjawab soalan ni? Yang sekali menang dah. Boleh? Maaf Cik Yaakob. Pemenang kedua ialah the answer is A.
A, yeah, correct.
Mr. Zahir bin Jais daripada JKR. Mr. Zahir, Encik Zahir bin Jais from JKR. Jawab. Tahniah ya. Sebab minta maaf ya, kita bagi laluan Cik Yaakob. Cik Zahir bin Jais sila hantar email maklumat kepada saya untuk kami uruskan hadiah. Okay. Puan Azlina, ada berapa soalan tadi ni? tertinggal buat saya.
6 soalan.
6 soalan.
Sekarang soalan yang ketujuh.
Ketujuh. Mr. Ryan, do you have any one
Yes,
more
yeah,
question?
I have two more.
Okay.
So the next one is uh which Boolean operator allows you to search between any of your keywords? Letter A, and, B, or C, and. Sorry, not. Again, the question is which Boolean operator allows you to search between any of your keywords? Letter A, and, B, or C, not. Puan Rosmani, just let me know if I can already reveal the answer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What is the answer actually? Three of them.
Yeah. Would you like me to reveal it now or maybe
Yeah,
later?
yeah.
Okay, so the correct answer is B, that's or Boolean operator. So it
Okay.
allows you
Yeah.
to search
Yeah.
between any of your keywords, or it could also include both search terms.
Yeah.
And for my last question, would you like me to proceed with my next question?
Hold on.
Okay,
I need to mention who's
okay,
the
sure.
winner for that question. Okay, Puan Nurul Fatihah binti Muhammad Razali. Nurul Fatihah menjawab B ya. B sebagai jawapan. Dia adalah pemenang bagi soalan ketujuh. Yang senang ni orang PNM.
Jasnita, paling awal.
Jasnita.
B kan? Jawapan.
Bukan. B paling awal Puan Nur Fatihah selepas maklumat tadi tu. Dekat saya ni Puan Nurul Fatihah. Oh B, Jasnita, yes. Puan Jasnita, minta maaf Puan Nur Syairah. Minta maaf. Jangan bersedih, ada soalan lagi. Puan Jasnita B. Saya tak nampak tadi. Okey, minta maaf. Puan Jasnita. Boleh berikan maklumat kepada saya ya. Okay, proceed with the next
Okay,
question, Mr.
sure.
Ryan.
Okay. The last question is how many citation formats are available in the new Ebscohost user interface? So I mentioned this during my presentation earlier. So the choices are A, 14, B, 10, C, 9, D, 11. Again, the question is how many citation formats are available in the new Ebscohost user interface? The choices are A, 14, B, 10, C, 9, and D, 11. Should I reveal it now?
Yeah,
One. Okay, the correct answer is C. We have 9 different citation styles.
C. ADD. ADD.
I
C
think,
ya?
yeah,
The,
EDD. Yeah.
the answer is C. Mr. ADD, boleh hantar maklumat kepada saya sebagai pemenang? Telah berjaya menjawab soalan yang ke-8. Okay. Okay, soalan yang ke-9. Ya, hantar email kepada saya ataupun kalau boleh paparkan nombor telefon di sana dalam chat box pun boleh. Kalau malu boleh bagi kepada saya. Soalan 9. Puan Azlina boleh ambil nombor Cik Eddie ya.
Okay.
Okey, soalan 9. Ini kau tak dapat jawab tak tahulah. Kalau murid kelas depan tak dapat jawab tak tahulah. Okey, dah dapat jawapan. Tak juga. Ya, Puan Wan Juzlina binti Wan Abdul Jamil. Ada yang tertinggal tadi tu, tak lengkap, tak sempurna jawapan dia. Ni Wan Juzlina Wan Abdul Jamil, latihan pangkalan data Ebscohost. Itulah jawapannya. Boleh berhubung dengan Puan Azlina ya. Sebab sama PNM mudah sikit. Last question maybe, Mr. Ryan?
Okay. Okay, so this one, true or false? The
Yeah.
advantage of using an advanced search is that it allows you to search in a more focused and refined manner. Again, the question is true or false? The advantage of using an advanced search is that it allows you to search in a more focused and refined manner. The choices are A, true, B, false. Again, A, true, B, false.
Okay, we have the winner here. Is it the answer is true?
Yes, yeah. Letter
Muhammad
A.
Faizal bin Yusuf, Bomber HQ. Wow, Abang Bomber di sini. Ada juga yang kesedihan, tak apalah. Nanti kita ada lagi sesi selepas ni. Tunggu je jemputan daripada kami. Dan bulan 8, bulan Ogos akan ada session lagi bersama Mr. Ryan. Kita akan sama-sama menerokai Ebscohost ni dan sama-sama kita jawab soalan yang diberikan nanti ya. Cik Muhammad Faizal bin Yusuf, mohon email kepada saya butir-butir diri untuk urusan menghantar hadiah bagi soalan nombor 10. Okay. That's all from me, Mr. Ryan. Thank you for being with us today, for your sharing knowledge with us today.
Thank you, Mr. Ryan.
Thank you, everyone.
Do you from Philippines or
Yes,
Malaysia?
from the
You're
Philippines. But I'll visit Malaysia next week.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll be staying
Please
in
welcome.
KL.
Wah, Encik Reza ke Puan Reza sebenarnya ni? Saya dah silap.
Puan Rizawati.
Minta maaf Puan Reza.
It's okay.
I thought she is a man.
Female.
Yeah, female. Okay,
Thanks for your info, Mr. Ryan. Thanks for Rosmini.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Salamat. Sorry. Terima kasih, everyone.
Yeah. Thank you to you.
Thank you.
Sama-sama, Mr. Ryan.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Terima kasih semua atas kehadiran pada hari ini.
Rosmini dah ambil gambar ke?
Tak ambil gambar. Sebab ada kehadiran dah. Dah ada maklumat dah. Dah ada menang pun kan Puan Reza?
Menang.
Latihan. Ini last minute punya decision. Akhirnya.
Thanks.
Adalah sedikit cenderung hati untuk kenang-kenangan untuk sesi kali ini. Tahniah kepada semua pemenang. Minta maaf sebarang kekurangan pada hari ini. Dan saya Rosmani Salihuddin yang bersama tim saya, Puan Azlina, Puan Surya dan beberapa lagi. Mohon maaf sekiranya ada kesilapan sepanjang pengendalian kami pada hari ini. Saya mewakili pihak PNM mengucapkan terima kasih sekali lagi lah. Dan juga harap akan bersama-sama kami lagi pada masa akan datang dalam menjayakan program Eksplorasi Digital di Pustaka, latihan pangkalan data bersama pangkalan data yang lain selepas ini. Okey, terima kasih kepada kami. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum.
Salam warahmatullahi. Terima kasih Puan Siti Zaituna, Puan Maulidia, terima kasih. Nanti kita jemput lagi Terima kasih semua. Saya akan tutup sekejap lagi link. Kita ada 100 lebih tapi nampaknya kehadiran ada 400 lebih ni. Terima kasih semua. Terima kasih Nur Kamisa. Siti Rafiah, terima kasih. Nanti kita jemput lagi pada hari Khamis ni ya. Hari Khamis ni kita ada lagi satu penggalan data. Penggalan data Lonet. Jangan lupa. Terima kasih Farah Nadia, PD Tanah Merah. Ya, Cik Akub, terima kasih.